Let me show you how to solve this kind of physics question on the board. This question is from vectors. The question says, two perpendicular forces have a resultant of 15 newtons. If one of the forces is 7 newton, find the magnitude of the other force. To solve this question, first of all, you need to know the meaning of resultant. Resultant of a force has to do with one single force that has the same effect as the other forces put together. Let's say, for example, in a particular country, let's say in Nigeria, you have 10 naira notes, you have 20 naira notes. You also have, now let's say you have 10 naira notes, 20 naira note, and another 20 naira notes. And you also have 50 naira notes. If you add these three, you're going to get 50, right? This is single 50 naira notes. The same thing you buy when you combine all this together is that same thing you buy with only this single note. That's to tell you that this one note here, this 15 naira note, has the same effect as all these ones put together. That is how resultant works. So resultant of a vector or force is that single force that has the same effect as the other forces put together. You understand? So now we are told that two forces here, we have two forces in this question. We are told that two perpendicular forces. What does it mean for something to be perpendicular? Let me write the solution. When we say something is perpendicular, it means that they meet at an angle of 90 degrees, which is also called a right angle. So we are told that two of the forces, this is the first one and this is the second one, they are perpendicular. One of them has a magnitude of 7 newtons. So we can say this is 7 newtons. I'm not drawing this thing to scale, but this is how it's supposed to be. Now let me shorten it. And we are told that the resultant is 15 newtons. That means this put together, this force and this force, the resultant is 15 newtons. 15 newton is that single one that is greater than all of them, in which it will have the same effect as the other ones. You understand? So we have one of the forces here, and one of them is missing. But we are told that the effect of these two forces is the same thing as this single force here. So we don't know what this force is. We can just call it F. Remember, this is 90 degrees. For us to solve this for the value of F, we need to make use of something called Pythagoras theorem in mathematics. Pythagoras theorem states that in a right angle triangle, which is what we have here, that if you square this side and this side, in a right angle triangle, this longest side is called a hypotenuse. So according to Pythagoras theorem, the square of this hypotenuse, which is 15 squared, is equal to the square of this plus the square of this. Now that will give us 15 squared, that will give us 225, then equal to F squared plus 7 squared is 49. Here we have 49. And here we have to collect like terms. This one here that doesn't have F, we have to come to this side. We're going to have 225. If this positive 49 crosses to this side, it becomes negative 49. And everything equal to this F squared. So here we have this minus this. That's minus 49. We're going to have 176. Then equal to this F squared. This means that F squared is equal to 176. If this is equal to F squared, it means F squared is also equal to this side. I just rewrote what we have. Now we need F, not F squared. What do we do now to get rid of this power 2? We have to take the square root of both sides. Take the square root of this and also the square root of this. This here will cancel this. And we have F equal to square root of 176. That will give us approximately 13.3 Newton. So we have to put Newton because it's a force. So this is the magnitude of the other force that we are asked to solve for. So that's it for this video.